Yo, what's the dealio, man? Listen, in this video, I got a banger for you, all right? We're gonna talk about, it's a trade of the day. We're gonna talk about how I smacked Google for 17% in literally like a minute, all right? Now, I'm gonna show you some stuff on the charts like I always do so that you understand why I got in, why I got out, what was the rationale behind it, all right? These videos are super important in your development to understanding the charts and how to trade, okay? So, I always say, it's all about percentages. I want you to continue to focus on percentages, all right? Percentage returns. If you have $1,000, I always say this, if you got $1,000, you go to the bank, you say, hey, let me get a 20% return on this $1,000, which is $200, right? Let me get a 20% return in the next hour. You cannot do that, okay? The stock market and learning how to trade is extremely powerful. And you take those profits and then you go buy some shares and stuff like that, right? And then build for the long term, all right? So stock options is literally a cheat code, okay? So we're gonna talk about Google. It wasn't a rejection. It was basically like you could call it a 15-minute orb strategy or just it broke a level and I entered in the puts, right? So we rode Google to the downside, all right? So we're gonna go in the charts and I'm gonna show you guys exactly what it was, all right? So right here we got Google, okay? Now this is on the 15-minute chart right here, okay? So look, if we zoom out some, we can see that Google opened here, came up, opened right here, right? So it basically opened flat, which is cool. So I knew that, okay, right here, we got a level right here. If we break below these pre-market lows, then we could definitely be coming down, right? Now here's what happened. We had some selling pressure coming in on a 15-minute. I always wait 15 to 30 minutes before I take a trade, right? So I'm on a 15-minute and I'm looking, right? And I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on. I see that we got some heavy selling pressure right here. Sellers stepped in right there. Buyers did step in right here. But we got selling pressure, right? The 21 EMA is above the 9 EMA, right? So perfect. So I see this happen. And then look what happens. This candle, okay? Now, I was looking on the 15-minute, but I wanted to look at the 5-minute time frame real quick, okay? So I saw this candle, I saw this candle, and then I saw this candle, okay? Because at first I wasn't going to enter, but when I saw this candle right here, this red candle right there, that made me enter in because it came up, it tried to come up to the 9 EMA, it got rejected, and so I took in an entry at the end of this candle right here, okay? So I took my entry. Let me go to it. My bad, y'all. All right, cool. So I took my entry right here at the end of this candle, all right? I let it close on a 5-minute, which basically was the 5 and a 15. So I got in at the beginning of this candle. It came up a little bit, and then I took my entry in about right there, okay? On that 15-minute candle, right? So if you look at the 15-minute, I entered in right here, right? I entered in right there, all right? I entered in lightly, and then it could have came up right here. This is the bottom of the Bollinger Band right here, this little line, right? So it came up a little bit more. I was down about 3 to 5%, okay? And then we had a nice move to the downside, and I actually took my exit right here at the bottom of this wick, okay? At the bottom of this wick right here, okay? So we're gonna say entry right there. And then we got exit right here, all right? And that was 17% return on my money in a couple minutes. All right, now, the reason why I got in a little bit earlier is because I saw that candle on a 5 minute, right? But also, if you zoom out a little bit, okay, on Google, look, we have a gap, okay? We got a gap to fill to the downside. So back on on Tuesday, from Friday to Monday, the stock gapped up. Okay, the stock gapped up. So what happened is I see this big gap right here. And so I was like, all right, so we could potentially be coming all the way down about 168, right? So I saw this right here and I was like, I'm gonna go light. And that way I can still catch the move if it does end up coming down crazy. But if I do have to hit my stop loss, I won't take a big loss at all, okay? But, so that's why I got in right there, boom, and it was 0 day to expiration, right? As you can see, we got out at the perfect timing because it did come back up, it rejected off the 9 EMA, and then it started to come down lower, right? Now it's about to come retest this 9 EMA again, and then we might see Google come even lower, all right? But I was looking at the 15 minute, but I also was paying attention to the 5 minute because that 5 minute time frame is going to let you know what the price action is telling you. All right, so which is what made me say I'm going to get in. And then we took that 17% and it was a done deal. All right, so as simple as that, y'all, right? I don't want to make this stuff complicated. Now, that was a scalp. Let me be very clear, right? Scalp. I day trade, right? Hold stocks or plays longer throughout the day. Also swing trades as well, right? Leaps and shares and all of that stuff. But these are scalps. These are how you can get a quick 10, 15% on your money in minutes, right? 2 to 10 minutes, right? Even less than 2 minutes, honestly, if you get the right entry. But I really, really, really want you guys to understand that you can change your life with this stuff. And I really want you to focusing on the percentage. It's not about the dollar amount. If you can learn how to get 5 to 10% on your money every single day or 2 to 3 times a week, it's only a matter of time until you touch an M's, right? Until you're able to touch millions. And don't let you catch a 100% trade, a 200% trade, right? You could really change your life even faster. All right, so if you want to trade with us, be sure to join the Discord. The Discord, we do live trading every single day. We also do a lot of things, challenges and stuff like that. So be sure to join the Discord. Click the link in the description, okay? And like I always say, make sure you get up out of your head. Go get into this world because your head is a dangerous place to live, all right? I'm going to see you guys on the next video. And also remember, the more you study, the less you worry, all right? I'm going to talk to you guys later. Peace.